In the sea of modern weapons development, stealth bombers have been receiving great attention. Although we have not yet announced our new stealth bomber, the hints and news that have been revealed previously still make a lot of military fans feel excited. First of all, we have to admit one thing: developing a stealth strategic bomber is not an easy task, let alone a new generation model like the stealth bomber, which is aiming at the world's top level. As we know, China has already launched 2 new fighters, including the J-36, which is regarded by outsiders as a 6th-generation aircraft. But there is no news about the new stealth bomber, which makes military fans curious. Recently, the United States Department of Defense submitted its annual report on China's military development. The United Morning Post said, China's new generation of stealth strategic bomber range are more than 10,000 kilometers, but the fastest will have to wait until 2030 to debut. But this is not because of the so-called technical bottleneck. After all, a long time ago the deputy commander of the PLA Air Force publicly revealed that the next generation of stealth bombers will come soon, and there is no question of any technical obstacles. In other words, China has always been down to earth on the road of weapons development, and never rushes out half-baked products just to meet the expectations of military fans or outsiders. So in essence, the delay of the new stealth bomber is not bad news, as it will allow China to refine its technology, whether it's the shape and design, choice of materials, or the coating process and engine performance. Of course, there are some who speculate whether the late arrival of the new stealth boom is a sign of a shift in China's strategic thinking, especially in the context of the emergence of hypersonic weapons and drones. This question is particularly critical. Judging from the current international situation, the most likely places for China to engage in direct conflict with the U.S. military are undoubtedly around the Taiwan Strait and the first and second island chains. In these hotspot areas, new fighter jets such as J-20 and J-35, as well as conventional weapons represented by the Dongfeng series of missiles, play an irreplaceable role. The greater significance of nuclear strike platforms like the new stealth bomber lies in strategic deterrence. They are the final talisman to ensure balance rather than the number one pawn in actually going to war. This can also be seen in the US B-2 bomber, which has not been given as many opportunities for dazzling performance in actual combat. It is even gradually withdrawing from the center stage of nuclear deterrence, turning to more practical tasks such as anti-ship. In the world of nuclear weapons, the sea-based ballistic missile nuclear submarine, with its excellent stealth and destructive strike capability, has become the most lethal and deterrent role. In contrast, the traditional stealth strategic bombers, although flexible, but limited by range, bomb capacity, as well as the enemy air defense system of tight interception, its mission success rate and strategic value greatly reduced. In this regard, it also reflects that the use of stealth bombers for nuclear strikes is not the most cost-effective option. Therefore, instead of spending huge sums of money to develop an airborne monster that redefines nuclear bombing, it would be better to shift the center of gravity to the realm of conventional deterrence and attack. This line of thinking is not only in line with the current PLA weapons development strategy, but also represents an adaptive evolution of the modern warfare paradigm. In other words, in contrast to the United States, the PLA is not pursuing stealth bombers, but rather has begun to play a new track: large unmanned aircraft with high stealth capabilities, such as the Strike 11. Combined with anti-ship missiles, cruise missiles, synergistic operations, able to weave in and out of the enemy's defense network, the sea fleet and the ground to launch a swift attack on important targets. In short, in the future war, unmanned, intelligent is likely to be the main theme of the battlefield.